Good morning, Ultimate Autographs Break Room. I'm your host, Mike Napolitano, here on Friday, August 22nd. We are moving and grooving, but usually it is a Freaky Friday because myself and Rip Camelucci switch sides. It's an even freakier Friday because I don't even have Rip here with me. I have Chinmay joining in here on a Friday. How are you, my man?
It's been good. Actually, I switched shifts with Rip last week as well with Joe on Saturday evening, and people were asking in the chat, what happened to Rip, and we don't look anything alike, so I don't know where that confusion came from.
Rip's he's gone. This is not Rip, guys. This is Chinmay. This is awesome. I'm getting to work with Chinmay again. It's been a while because
it's been a minute, yeah.
Mostly on Saturdays, and I can't do Saturdays for the most part, but we'll get things going here. We'll have a great Friday morning show. Hope all of you are doing well. Chime in the chat. Derek Kissinger already did. He says, "Good morning, Mike and Chinmay." He's got it right.
Yeah, he's got it right. He's a regular. Yeah,
he can
thank
tell.
you, Derek.
He's like, you know what? I know that's not Rip.
He's aware. He's aware.
All right, let's get to our usual housekeeping here. Of course, we need to find out what our dice roll is for today. We need a 6 or higher on the dice roll, as always, to see how many times we're randomizing today. They rolled an 11 last time. You got any guesses?
I'll say 8.
We got an 8. I'll roll with 8 with you. Let's see if we get an 8.
Okay,
Ooh,
10.
All right,
not bad.
10's not bad. We like that. Let me get that thrown in here into the dice roll. And then, of course, we need our chase wheel spin. We got to make sure that all of our series are on this chase wheel spin as this loads. Lovely, lovely blank white screen. Come on out. There we go. Okay. We have, of course, as always, our minis, our jerseys, and our practice squad. Those are our 3 lower series as far as price point goes, but the names are still pretty high in there. And actually, both series are pretty loaded, both with headliner names and ratio-wise, so that's pretty good. Our other mainstays that are a little bit of a higher price point are the Vault and the Diamonds, of course. As always, no duds in the Diamonds, Authentics or better, and the Vault has a slew of speed flexes still as well. But we have a couple of specialty series in here, and I'm actually going to have to change a few of these, as you see here, because we don't have Wheel of Fortune. We don't have, I don't know what this one is. That's not the same practice squad that we have. We do have the 1 and 4. That is there. The 1 and 4 mixer, always a hot series. Honestly, my favorite series because you get a little taste of every sport in there. But we also have the Walk-On College. I can't spell today. College series. So that's got a bunch of college football helmets in there. You know you want those, so be chasing those. Let's go ahead and give this one a spin. Even though Rip isn't here, Rip rules are going to apply. If we get a series with less than 10 boxes, I will go ahead and add a second series to the chase wheel spin. We're going to hit that practice squad. That is 26 boxes, so we're not going to have to do the Rip rule. That'll be just our chase wheel spin for today, but a really good chase wheel spin, and I will explain why. Let me go ahead and throw that in here. Squad. There we go. All right. So, jump on out of our randomizer for just a second so you can see that we have 10 on the dice roll and practice squad as our chase wheel spin. But let's go ahead and jump right into. We don't have any pre-fills, do we?
We do not.
We do not. We'll go right into our top to bottom rundown and give everybody an idea of what we are chasing here today. That would be our Ultimate Autographs break page. I'll go ahead and drop the link for you all in the chat. Derek says, always dropping the stuff of my dreams when I don't have money to get in. I want that Michigan jersey in the college mixer. Oh, man.
Yep, the college series is, you like the 1 and 4. I always like the college series.
You like the college? Yeah, and well, for good reason,
we're 1 day away from college football officially starting.
That is
Week
true.
0 starts tomorrow.
Week 0. We are here. We are at the promised land. The pearly gates are right here, basically.
the NCAA and a lot of the broadcast partners were basically saying like they were trying to like shy away from this week 0 label. Like, please don't refer to like the skate like this thing is week 0. They want like a whole comprehensive week 1.
Okay.
That's not happening.
the fans have spoken.
Real fans know this is week 0.
They're like clamoring for it. They're salivating. They're drooling, and we're drooling over that college series as well. But I just want to give you a quick look at what we have as our Chase Wheel Spin today. That would be our practice squad, still available in here. That is the Deion Sanders jersey on the Cowboys, not to be mistaken with his son Shadur, and not to be mistaken with Barry. I don't know if you saw that clip of who's that like newer? I don't know if he's a TikToker or whatever.
I have no idea. If he's a TikToker, I have no idea.
He went on ESPN, and the one girl's like, "Yeah, so you're repping Sanders, for Shadur," and he's like, "Whoa, no, this is Barry," like the most obvious Barry Sanders Lions jersey.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
What the heck is it? Drewski?
Yeah,
that's
Drewski.
That's who he is. Yeah. Yeah.
He does a lot of NBA stuff too.
That's true. Yeah. I only know him because one time he wore a Michael Soroka White Sox jersey. I was like, what a crazy pull right there. But yeah, Deion Sanders on this jersey. Don't mistake him with any of the other Sanders. Although, you know, his son entering the league right now, that would drive this jersey price up even because he is now the father of an NFLer, not just an NFL alumni and a Hall of Famer at that. On this beautiful navy blue Cowboys jersey, you also have Jaden Daniels on a football. I love that. You know, we usually get helmets in here. We get jerseys quite often. Of course, we have a whole jersey series. We have a signature on a football, and Jaden Daniels, a young quarterback that is going to take that Washington Commanders team to arguably a couple playoff series, playoff appearances. We will see, though, because it seems as though the Commanders might be getting picked apart. However, Jaden Daniels still exceeding expectations in his rookie year. I expect nothing less in his sophomore year.
Yeah, I mean, won Offensive Rookie of the Year pretty convincingly. He's getting MVP buzz this year.
Yeah.
Commanders went to the NFC title game last year.
Yeah.
Somewhat surprisingly, but hey, we'll see if they're able to replicate that. They have to resign. They have to figure out what they're doing with Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
But it looks like they have a lot of weapons, and obviously Jaden is the centerpiece of all that, making it go together. So, yeah, I think they'll be solid once again. And hey, he will be. I think he will be an MVP candidate at one point this season. Like he will be among the top 3 or 4 guys. I don't know if it'll last the whole season, but he will be there.
Probably, no doubt. And then you take into consideration, like, they had to run into the eventual Super Bowl champions in Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. So, like, I mean, if they're going toe-to-toe in Jaden Daniels' rookie year with some of the best, can you imagine if this kid gets comfortable? So get comfortable in the practice squad, get your spots, and get that football from Jaden Daniels. We also have Drake May on that mini helmet right there. You see underneath the football, Drake May, quarterback for the New England Patriots, stepping into some big shoes. We'll see if he can fill them. He's looked pretty good in the preseason thus far. Tiki Barber is on this Salute to Service helmet right there. You have added inscription when it comes to his number on there, and then Giants Ring of Honor. He was honored in that Giants Ring of Honor. How many times can I say honor in one sentence? But Tiki Barber on that Salute to Service as we honor the troops. So you got that run still in there. We also have the Aiden Hutchinson. No more Drake London, unfortunately, but Jaden Hutchinson. Mike, do you know the other 10 signatures besides JJ on the Michigan jersey? Give me 1 second. I'll be honest with you, Derek. I haven't gotten a chance to take a look at that. But when we
can
get
make
to
an
it,
educated guess.
Yeah, when we get to it, we'll run it down for you and we'll do some research. Ty Percival says Debo looks like he's fitting in. Yes, that is true too. But let's talk about this Aiden Hutchinson on this silver Lions lid. You've got the blue and the white that really stand out in here. That is a nice authentic to snag in there. Zach Thomas on the Speed Flex. I know Rip wishes he was still doing this shift. He's drooling at home because the Zach Thomas speed flex, it has eluded him a couple different times. It's been on the board. We've had Zach Thomas speed flexes. It's not all that often. This is pretty rare, so jump on in here and don't miss your opportunity at a Zach Thomas on a speed flex. But Rip wants to see his Dolphins, and he wants to see it in the highest form. That would be the speed flex, what the players wear. Trevor Lawrence is still in here and still available on this really nice teal. I love the Jaguars color scheme. It just fits so well. Different color on the tongue too, so like it still makes that logo pop, but still a really cool logo nonetheless. Trevor Lawrence, another young quarterback that we talk about that is going to have a little bit of resurgence, but we'll see if they can stay consistent over in Jacksonville. It's been a couple of early playoff exits. I think that people were expecting them to go a little further, but we'll see if they can build upon that. James Harrison is in here on the Steelers camo lid. Jump on in here and get James Harrison. Steelers, are they going to go 9-8 this year? We will see. That's a winning season for them.
That seems to be the way to go for Pittsburgh.
It very well might allow them to still make the playoffs. We don't know. Yeah. So we shall see. Josh Jacobs is down here on that Green Bay Packers salute to service lid. That's still available. And being a Bears fan, it's going to be...
don't be salty.
It's going to be terrible when we pull that. No, it's going to be great. Josh Jacobs, a heck of a player. We see his name pretty well represented here in the break room. He's also in the first down replica personals. So if you jump on in and get yourself a personal, you have a chance at Josh Jacobs. I'll tell you, there's a Brian Urlacher in those personals as well. So hit that one instead. But you know me, I'm a Bears fan, which means I root for a team in the NFC North, and it's that break room weird mojo or weird magic that the NFC North just always pops out when I'm here. It's either Lions or Vikings or Packers. It's rarely my own Bears. But Josh Jacobs, that means we're maybe going to see him later on. We've got Rashee Rice on that speed flex. He's got the added inscription there. Talking about other breakers that are Commons drooling over this one. That is a really nice Kansas City speed flex. Common, a big Chiefs fan. Usually he's looking for the Patrick Mahomes, but we really like to see a Rashee Rice on a speed flex in here. He's got the Super Bowl champs inscription.
I was going to say that's got to be the inscription, right? Super Bowl champion in his rookie season.
Oh, yeah, you know it. And that just adds to the autograph and to the helmet's value when they've got that added little inscription in there. Of course, signing on the sweet spot for the speed flex as well. So that is a sweet display piece right there. Last but not least, in the photo headliners, definitely not least, because it is a Seattle Seahawks speed flex. Say that 10 times fast, but also say Jackson Smith-Njigba 10 times fast. Both are tongue twisters, but that is a speed flex, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And I love that green neon color match ink on there. We don't see too many Seattle speed flexes in here. I mean, we've seen, I think the Marshawn Lynch a couple weeks ago may have been a speed flex. And then every once in a while, we'll see a couple like jerseys of like Sean Alexander, maybe an authentic of Sean Alexander, but we don't typically see too many speed flexes coming out of Seattle. So that is a nice one as well. Secondary headliners in this practice squad include Drew Bledsoe. I think I've heard of him. He was the guy that couldn't walk so that Tom Brady could run, if you know what I mean. You saw
and that Bledsoe could be a Patriots item. We don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it could be. So possible. Is there a double up opportunity in there? Yeah, because we have still the Drake May. That's an easy double up. Same team. You get the new and the old in the Patriots. Skip over that Tom Brady generation.
You got Josh Jacobs and Aiden Hutchinson. Yes. As well.
Yeah, it's an easy double up in the NFC North.
There's some double up. Jaden Daniels, Tiki Barber.
Yes.
So there's plenty of opportunities to grab multiple items if you get in that practice squad double.
Right.
Derek is trying to channel his inner Michigan. He's letting the Michigans coming out real strong in the chat. That week 1 game, by the way, between Texas and Ohio State, that's gonna be a banger.
Is it a bloodbath?
There's a great story. I haven't read it, but I do want to read it. There's a story on ESPN about Arch Manning's recruitment.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's from Seth Wickersham's book. Seth Wickersham, a fellow Missouri alum.
Okay.
Seth Wickersham's book about like American quarterbacks, the history of quarterbacks. Seems like a good book, but the excerpt about recruiting Arch, we'll see. It should be phenomenal. But I have high expectations for Arch, and I think that's gonna be a very fun game. Probably the best game, one of the best games of the early college football season.
Now, remind me, Arch Manning. I mean, Manning, big quarterback name, but he's not related to anybody, is he?
What do you mean?
His dad played, right?
No. He is Peyton and Eli's nephew.
Nephew, that's what it is.
So,
okay, yeah.
He's Cooper Manning's son.
Right, that's what it is.
But he is in the Manning family.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It shows you what I know about my college. Robbie and I were having that conversation. I'll know these names, of course, once they're out of college.
Peyton
and
Manning beats the Bears in the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden Mike is associated anything with the Manning. I don't
remember any of that.
None of the Manning family.
I just remember that game ended after Devin Hester's touch, his return, his punt return.
Okay.
So. Yeah, nothing happened after that. The Bears won the Super Bowl. What are we talking about? No, yeah, I had heard, of course, his name thrown out here a bit, and I was like, he's got to be it's Manning. He's got to be related to.
He's related.
But yeah, they were like, yeah, no, it's not Archie. Peyton and Eli's
no
dad's
relation,
son, right? But yeah, it's the other side. It's the other part of the family. So that's incredible to see. I have been following the name loosely, and knowing that he's around. But I got to tune into college a little bit more. That's my homework for this season, is to tune into college a little bit more. Because most of the time, I'll tell you, the college names I'll know once they're ready to get drafted. And I'm like, all right, these are the guys that are most likely. Although this year, that NFL draft wasn't super deep. It was, it was all right. Not a whole lot of quarterbacks up top. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we're going to have the Abdul Carters, who we've seen on our board already. We're going to have the Jackson Darts. We've seen him on the board already. I'm trying to see if we have any of them in here right now. I don't believe so, but we'll get to the rest of the
We did have some rookie series recently.
Oh, well, Brock Bowers is now 2 years.
No, we did have a rookie and second year group, but we've seen Travis Hunter.
That's the other one I was
Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, Shedeur has been on a Colorado helmet.
Right.
I haven't seen him on a Browns.
I have not either.
Yeah. Matthew Golden.
Maybe they're waiting to see if he stays there.
Yeah. Matthew Golden, the Packers receiver. Colston Loveland.
Colston Loveland's been there. Yeah, he's been in the
Speaking of which, again, no promises because we don't know for sure, but high chance that Colston Loveland is one of those 10 signatures on that Michigan jersey.
That is true. Let's we'll go ahead and get over there and take a look at that. The other secondary headliner I want to mention here, though, is Patrick Surtain II is still in this practice squad. So the only secondary headliner pulled has been LaShawn McCoy. That is our double box. This is the double box. That is our practice squad. You can jump in the single or the double. Chinmay was giving you those double ups. So my recommendation, 102 for the double. You can jump in here. Can you imagine if you won 2 helmets for just $102? I mean, you're basically walking away with the house's money at that point, especially if one of those that you hit is a speed flex. I mean, that's easily close to $800 depending on the signature. You add maybe a couple hundred to that, so $100 to maybe win 1,000. I would jump in there. So that is the practice squad. Let me just see where they're at here.
I will say we're getting some movement on the jerseys and the minis.
Okay.
The 3 to go in the jersey break and 2 to go in the minis. So if you want to go over those.
Yeah, let me give them a quick rundown. I know we said we jump over to college first.
Those are the closest to closing. So maybe people are interested in closing one of those out.
There we go. Oh, I'm seeing one on this page for the minis. So maybe another order coming through now. But the minis,
Shopify,
we still have. Speaking of Brock Bowers, that's why I was talking about him earlier, because I saw his name up here in this series. Brock Bowers is in the minis. Hint, hint, he's also on a speed flex in the vault, so you can win mini Brock Bowers and full-size Brock Bowers. We still have the Randall Cunningham in here as well. Look at that really unique Eagles lid right there. It's all white with the blacked out eagle wings. Love to see that, but it's the color match ink from Randall Cunningham with the green there. That is a sweet, sweet hit as well. Rondé Barber is still in here. We talked about Tiki. How about his brother? Get Rondé Barber on this really nice Buccaneers lid right here. They have changed I think the skull on the flag a little bit. This looks like more of that older style. I love to see that. It's almost pewter. Yeah, this is the pewter on the minis. It's sometimes tough to tell in the minis, but that is that pewter for the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay right there. We talked about Jayden Daniels in that last series on a mini. How about another Jayden? Oh, no, actually, excuse me. That was the Drake May that was on the mini. Jayden Daniels was on the ball, but you could get Jayden Daniels on a mini in here, and not just any mini. How about a Rave? I really love that yellow that pops out for the Commanders right there on that Rave. Clean W right on there. So Drake, I almost said Drake May then. Jayden Daniels on this mini Washington lid. We still have Hines Ward down here on a Steelers lid. Talk about a black and yellow lid. Usually we see that Rave in the Steelers that has those same colors. Well, here is just the classic Steelers lid right here. You've got the yellow striping going up the top, and Hines, as Rip would call him, Hines Beans Ward right there on the mini. We still have the Darrelle Revis as well, Revis Island on a mini for the Jets. We don't typically see Darrelle Revis on the minis. Usually he's on the full-size ones. So here's your opportunity to complete your Revis Islands, plural, I guess. You can make like Hawaii with like a Darrelle Revis Speedflex, a Darrelle Revis Authentic, a Darrelle Revis Rep, and now, what's the smallest Hawaii island? I don't even know. But Darrelle Revis on the mini would be the equivalent to that. Secondary headliners in this mini series are Chad Johnson and Thurman Thomas. Frank Gore has been pulled. Just to give you some ratios in what we've gone over, we have 26 boxes in that practice squad. Half of them, exactly half of them, 13 of them are headliners. That's a really nice ratio. Plus, that is our Chase wheel spin. In the minis, we have those 8 headliners that I just ran down amongst 18 boxes. 18 boxes in the minis, 8 headliners. You know we always pull 2 at a time. So really, that's exactly 9 breaks to go and 8 headliners. We're possibly going to get 1 headliner per break of the minis.
You are correct. 1 to go in the minis.
Awesome.
You are correct.
Sweet, sweet. That is going to be breaking here any second. I know you said the jerseys are pretty close as well.
Yeah, 3 to go, 2 to go. 2 to go now on the jerseys.
2 to go on the jerseys.
We definitely should have a jersey break and a mini break coming up at some point. But the college series is what you were
hinting at.
I was, yeah. Let me get these jerseys through, and then we'll go right back to the college because I know we got to do some research for Derek to see who those other names were on there. He was saying that he has a Hutch Authentic lid, just like that one that we went over in his personal collection. Nice. He says college football week 1 will be, that's the Longhorns versus Ohio State there. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. But Michigan starts on the 30th. He says go blue. So yeah, he's gonna be he'll be a Longhorns fan for the week 1. Jordan reminding us 3 to go on the jerseys. It's now 2 to go. As you saw in those minis, it was 1 to go. Just $52 to jump into the minis. That's just like that practice squad single, $51. As we went.
But the minis are an automatic double. Double box break. So we will open 2 boxes in that mini.
Exactly. So you could jump into the practice squad single for 51, or like we suggested, the double for those double up opportunities for 102. The minis, an even nicer price point. Although, for what you're winning, it's about even right there. You've got a $52 price point in the minis, but like Chinmay said, we open 2 at a time. So it's really like $26 a lid, and you have the opportunity to win 1, if not both, because there's double up opportunities in there as well. Now for the jerseys, though, it gets even cheaper. $29 for these jerseys, and I know what everybody is chasing, but it has been pulled, unfortunately. They were all going after this Ricky Williams jersey. I wonder why. Interesting. But we still do have some really nice jerseys in here. How about Nico Collins on the Texans right there? Talk about young guys that are making an impact. That Texans team going to be scary for the next couple of seasons, and Nico Collins is a big part of the reason as to why. So Nico Collins in here on the Texans. We also have Earl Campbell sticking with the blue, but a different shade of blue. That is on that Houston Oilers, the Tennessee Oilers, Earl Campbell. So that would be a Tennessee Titans hit right there. We see him somewhat often in the break room, but still some really nice threads. So do not delay. You got to add this one to your personal collection. I was talking about Sean Alexander earlier. Unfortunately, he has been pulled. So next up is the Troy Polamalu. We don't see him too often in the break room.
Yeah.
We've seen him, I think, in fact, more so on helmets. Not a whole lot on jerseys. I can't.
There was one Polamalu that was like a very custom Speed Flexture helmet that I've seen.
Yes,
but other than that, I haven't seen Polamalu
in
the room.
So
that's definitely a unique item.
You can win now. We've seen those custom Speed Flex helmets of Polamalu, like you were saying. Now there's a jersey. You can complete the whole ensemble. The only thing you'll be missing maybe is the hair. So you can grab everything you possibly can. Poor Bears fan me, there is no more Allen jersey in here. That got pulled. But we still do have Warren Sapp on that really nice Buccaneers jersey right in there. Warren Sapp on that 99. And then we've got George Kittle in here. Another red and white jersey. But this one, of course, George Kittle on the 49ers. Really nice hit right there. We've got Marshall Faulk. Last but not least, in the photoed headliners, I really do love the gold that pops with the blue on the Rams style jerseys right there. Secondary headliners are Frank Gore, DeAndre Swift, so I do get my Bear in there a little bit, and Joe Theismann. All three secondary headliners still remaining. The jerseys, 9 headliners in 21 boxes. I'm not going to lie to you, that's not the best ratios I've seen here. However, you know how jerseys go. They're easy breaks to fill. We're close on one.
One to go in that jersey break.
One to go. So, hey,
we're nearly there.
We're going to do our best to make this a fun Friday and pull a headliner for you. Make sure that those ratios, they'll get a little tougher, but at least we'll be pulling out some immaculate prizes for you to go home with. Let's jump back over here, and did we close anything? We're still one to go.
We're one to go in the minis and one to go in the jerseys.
Guys, we're so close.
One to go in both of those breaks.
That's wild. All right. Well, while we're waiting for those to close, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, run down that college series because that is sweet. Oh, and you know what? The national champions jersey. It's hidden behind a couple others. That's crazy to me. So we're gonna have to see.
You're just gonna have to pull it to see exactly who's on it. But
yeah,
my guess. Look, we've had a decent amount of Colston Loveland in the room on other items. So my guess is that he's probably on this one.
Yeah, part of that team. So you got to imagine
there's a good chance.
I'm trying to see what even some of these other signatures are. It looks like number 8. Who was number 8 on? I'll have to do my college research.
I have the roster here.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So,
do you have a number 8 on there?
Number 8. I have a Tyler Morris and a Derek Moore. There's 2 number 8s.
Ooh, okay.
Just like the old school college. So you don't know whose jersey you're actually buying. Derek Moore and Tyler Morris. So,
and I actually don't even know. It looks like a sloppy 8 to me. It could be a 4. It could be.
Okay.
Who knows who it could be?
Well,
that's definitely one we're gonna have to pull to see.
So another one, Mason Graham was on that team.
Yeah.
So it's possible that we have a Mason Graham on there as well because we've seen Mason Graham in the room a couple times. So those are just, again, no promises here because the only items that's been the only signature that's been given is JJ McCarthy.
Right.
And as you know, we have JJ McCarthy on a lot of things.
Right.
So the guess is that guys that we've also got on some other things probably went ahead and signed this one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm feeling good about Loveland being on there and Graham being on there.
I'm guessing that JJ's signature is lower because the signatures that I can clearly see from the graphic, a lot of it is covered. I don't see his classic JJs. There is one that I recognize. It's right on the top of this number 2 here, but I don't. I can't place it. It almost looks like a J and an M or a J and an N.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. There's also another one down here on the 3 that looks awfully familiar as well. But once again, gonna have to place it. This one on the other one on the 2, I don't know. I have not seen that one in the break room. I'm sure it's somebody we've gotten in the break room, but not not super sure on that either. So we'll have to see. We will jump on in there and see.
And again, some really great players on that team: Will Johnson, Junior Colson, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, Roman Wilson, guys who are in the NFL right now. So it's certainly possible that some of those guys are on there. I would feel very good about Loveland and Graham being on there in addition to JJ.
Yeah.
Good chance that one of the running backs are on there. Between Corum and Edwards, I don't know if both would be on there.
Yeah.
Good chance that one of them is on there. But yeah, we're just gonna have to pull the jersey to find out.
Yeah. We will definitely, Derek, do our research once that is pulled, and for everybody else chasing that one, we'll do our research once it's been pulled. So long as it's pulled in our show, I can't speak for other hosts. I would imagine they would do the research though, kind of dive into who is on there. There actually might even be a card in there that
there will be a card in there that
has all the names.
That'll have all the names.
So yeah, no research necessarily needed. They'll just get the little cheat sheet there. But this is a brand new walk-on college series. It is 30 boxes, 17 headliners. You heard that right? A little over half, 17 headliners. So everything you see on this screen right now is still available. Lawrence Taylor, an authentic on that North Carolina blue. With the Argyle stripe going over the top. I can't remember who we pulled. It might have been Lawrence Taylor on that earlier this week. I'm not 100% sure. Excuse me. That was myself and Rip that pulled a little NC lid. So, of course, he had to talk about that Argyle pattern and the Carolina blue on there. How about A.J. Brown on an Ole Miss helmet? That one's another nice, authentic. You got the classic Ole Miss. I don't even know what to call it. It's not straight up red on this one. It looks like it's got like that hint of like velvet red, and then of course the really nice blue. AJ Brown, a Super Bowl champ. You can jump on in here and grab him on his alma mater. Aaron Donald on that Pitt lid. That one's a really nice one that stands out. That yellow always pops for Pittsburgh, but we also have some other yellow in a little while. Hint, hint, head on down to the bottom of your screen. But stay with me right now as we talk about the CeeDee Lamb on that OU. That's a really nice one as well. That one's more of a maroon on Oklahoma's. But that one is still nice with the white popping through as well. You've got the color match ink from CeeDee Lamb as well. How about the other LT, LaDainian Tomlinson?
The other LT, wow.
Yeah.
I had this discussion with Joe. By the way, the minis have closed.
Minis have closed.
So that mini break will be coming up. I was having this discussion with Joe because he referred to Lawrence Taylor as LT.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's typical
and,
LT. Yeah.
No. And I was having this discussion because Dom and I were talking about it. Oh. And whenever someone says LT, for me, that's LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay, all right. Well, it might be generational.
It's a
thing,
generational
right?
thing. It's got to be a generational thing.
I always give credit to Lawrence Taylor. I mean, he was a legend.
So, no. LT is LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay, all right. We'll go with that. Well, Joe's on the boat of Lawrence Taylor's LT, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to see who wins that battle, and I'll just join with the victors. But LaDainian Tomlinson, the LT, I guess, on TCU. Look at that horned frog sticking out on the side. I like when they add that on the helmet. I love the color scheme of this as well with the purple and black. That is sweet. We also have a Texas A&M lid in here. How about that silvered out Texas A&M lid with Myles Garrett's signature on there? You see that, how it spells? I know it says Texas, and then it's supposed to be A&M, but you see how it spells out ATM? That's what Myles Garrett is going to be going to withdraw his entire contract. I don't know if a single ATM is going to do it. He'll have to hit multiple because that man got paid this year. So he's going to need a few automatic teller machines. I only know that from my banking time. Otherwise, it's like, oh, it's just an ATM. Tyreek Hill on that Cowboys lid. That is a sweet one as well. I just love the cartoony figure on there and the color scheme as well. That orange and the black, they mix. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit of a Halloween fan, but yeah, I love that one on there. Tyreek Hill. I know Rip is salivating. A little less, though, for this one because it's not quite Dolphins, but it is Tyreek Hill's alma mater, so you could get him before he was in the show doing his thing in college. Drew Brees on that Purdue Boilermaker lid. How about that gold, white, and black? Really nice color scheme from Purdue right there. Just a state away from us here in the break room. So Drew Brees did his time over in West Lafayette. Really nice lid right there from Drew Brees. One of the best quarterbacks of his generation, too. So jump on in there.
Jerseys have also closed out.
All right, so
let's get these going.
Yeah, we've got 2 breaks coming, so we'll come back to this college mixer series in a moment. But we've got to get on over to the other job, which is actually breaking. Let's jump on in here. You see those names here: Challenge Flag Minis. Let me slide this over because I'm going to need to see where my. All right, so. Drop this message in the chat for you guys. If you see your name on the screen, please drop me 2 box numbers for the Challenge Flag Minis number 6. That would be Michael Convey, Bob Messer, Eric Zafran, John Suter, or Peter Rosenberg, or Jared Steven. Suter's saying 1 and 16. 1 and 16. Let me actually side you guys up because I can't see. There we go. Now I can see all of you on there. All right, so I'm going to grab these 8 names. We're going to randomize 10 times today per our dice roll. I'll head back in over here, and I just closed out of the dice roll. That's not what I wanted. Where is... There we go, dice roller. All right, so as you can see, I closed out of the dice roll, so we're going to start from scratch here. Roll 2 virtual dice. Oh, wait, hold on. What am I talking about? We already have our dice roll. I just need to put your names in here and randomize. Oh, it's Friday. Okay, 10 times around per our dice rolls, I guess what I was saying. So there we go. 2 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more time. There is 10, and there are your divisions. Let's go ahead and show you that over here. Bob Messer, you have the NFC North. I want to keep calling you Messier, but you're not the famous hockey player, I don't think. Bob Messer, you've got the NFC North. Peter Rosenberg, the NFC South. Eric, you have the rest of the NFC, so the East and the West. Jared Stevan, I'm saying that right, I think. AFC North, Michael Convey, AFC South. John Suter, AFC East, and we have a Bob sandwich because you're closing us out in the AFC West. You got the bookends, my man. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. We've got boxes 1 and 16 per Mr. Who was that? John Suter. Unfortunately, Peter, that 17 came in just a little late. So we're going to go ahead and see what is in 1 and 16. Hey, they add up to 17. How about that, though? Ooh, okay. Not a headliner. However, we have seen him on the board as a headliner before. Love this. Love the color match ink on this signature. It is Steve Largent on the Seattle Seahawks slate right there. Say that also 10 times fast. Seattle Seahawks slate. Something about the Seahawks giving us tongue twisters today. But Steve Largent on there. We haven't seen him not be on the headliner board in a while. I mean, typically he's in that secondary section, so a hidden gem indeed. That is, of course, going over to our man in the NFC West, Eric Zafran. So, congratulations, Eric. You're coming home with this Steve Largent.
And Steve Largent is also in that rep personal. So if you want to get the personal, so Steve Largent is hiding out in there. Funny story about Steve Largent. This was now multiple months ago, but Steve Largent was actually in the building.
Oh.
Steve Largent was in the building signing things, and he oftentimes has the inscription Yoda.
Oh.
And
I have seen that.
Our owner Matt was in the room with us talking about. He's like, oh, so, Steve Largent is here. He's probably not going to pop in, but in the event that he does, like, he might come on or whatnot. And we were like, okay, yeah, like we're prepped for it or whatever. And we were asking, like, does he always sign Yoda or like where did that nickname come from? And Matt basically says, no, I guess he just signed it once as Yoda, like someone asked him to, and he just now signs a bunch of things with the Yoda inscription.
Crazy.
Like no one no one called him that, and he didn't come up with that. It was just like someone must have asked him for it once, and that's what
kept
that's
going.
What, yeah, kept going.
What a way to make that like a staple for you, right? Like you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna keep doing that. Now that I've been asked, that's like I don't know, if like somebody asks you to like, I don't know, I can't even think of a comparison right now. If somebody asks you when you like shake somebody's hand to always say like, I'm the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with that now. Like I am, But this one doesn't have Yoda on it. This one does have a little added inscription. If you could see that right there, it says Hall of Fame 95.
Which is not bad.
That's pretty good too. That is pretty good too. I know there's a lot of Slate hate in this room. We will not tolerate that. This is a really nice helmet. And of course, you've got the Seahawks patterning on the top mixed with that color match ink there, which is a really nice touch. So you do get a little bit of that Seahawks neon green popping out. All right, box number 16, our second box here in the minis. And let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay. Another and more hit. So the ratios just got better. But honestly, this could have been another headliner just like the Steve Largent. In fact, this is a guy that when I played NFL Fever 2003, I would use this man, even though I'm a Bears fan, I would use this man all the time. What did I say? When I'm in the room, NFC North gets pulled. Bob Messer, you're going home with Dante Culpepper.
Okay.
On the Vikings lid. For me in NFL Fever 03, it was always Dante Culpepper, shotgun formation, just throwing it over to Randy Moss. Completion every single time. It was a cheat code. You had him downfield, you had a touchdown, or at least you got the first down. So really nice right there. Dante Culpepper. This is one of the Speed mini helmets. So one of the classic Vikings lids, but still a nice hit nonetheless. Congratulations, Bob. That one's going to you.
I have a Dante Culpepper Dolphins jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Doesn't fit anymore.
Oh, no.
But
well, there's something to display.
Yeah, but
you got to get it signed now.
I got to get it signed.
That is nice. I think I still have a couple of jerseys that don't fit me anymore. I inherited, who was it? Oh, I can't think of, it'll come to, Cam Newton. That's what
okay.
I inherited a Cam Newton Panthers jersey that doesn't fit me anymore. I inherited a Jim Thome White Sox jersey that doesn't fit me anymore. I guess both I should just probably go and get signed.
Yeah,
and then,
probably.
Display them at some point, because otherwise what else are you going to do with those? Dante Culpepper. There we go. Very nice hit, Bob. Indeed. Congratulations to our winners in there in that mini series. We're moving on to the jerseys. There we go. There we go. There's that. All right. Change that, and we'll slide on over. I formation jerseys. You know the deal. I'm going to need a box number. Let me drop that message in here. If you see your name on the screen, that means I need a box or a wheel request number from you. That is just a single number. We're pulling one in the jerseys. If your name is Michael Convey, Bob Messer, I keep wanting to say Messier. Jordan Tyler saying wheel it. He is in here, so we will go ahead and wheel it. Let me pull that wheel up, but just to let everybody know who else is in here. We also have Jim Denisi, Peter Rosenberg, Jordan Oglesby, Jared Stefan, Jordan again, and George Williamson all in this break. Let's go ahead and head on over to the wheel here. See where we're at. Boxes 1 through 30 in the jerseys. Go ahead and start spinning. And it looks like we're going to come up with box number, unlucky number 13. Hopefully it's lucky for somebody. We do, in fact, have jersey box number 13, so I'll take that off the ticker. And we will go ahead and break this jersey after I go ahead and randomize your names. Thank you. All right. Save that. That is all updated. And let me copy down those names. Head on over to the randomizer. New list. There you go. 10 times around today, guys. Peter also requesting the wheel. Hopefully the wheel magic helped out for you. Box number 13, 9, and 10 times around. Looks like we have a couple of newbies in the room here. Bob, I know you were in that last one that broke. I didn't realize you were new to the break room, though. We also have Jim is new to the break room. For the both of you, I've got some homework. How'd you hear about us, Ultimate Autographs? I want to know. Where'd you find us? Also, who's your favorite team? We want to know who you're cheering for, who you're usually rooting for. And last but not least, who are you chasing here? Whether it be the jerseys or, Bob, you just won something in the minis. Maybe you got who you were chasing for. Kind of hard to know the Ann Moore series when it's Dante Culpepper. But sometimes the person you're chasing isn't necessarily a former player or a current player of your team. So, like myself.
Maybe you just want to win.
Right. Like, I'm a Bears fan, but would I want to pull like a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes? Absolutely. So, can't deny me of that. 13 out of 30 in the jerseys. Let's see. We got the Nico Collins, the Earl Campbell, Troy Polamalu, Warren Sapp, George Kittle. I spoke the name, and it appears. How about Troy Polamalu on the really nice Pittsburgh laundry right here? You know it's the Steel City when it's that black and yellow color scheme. They've even sung about it in a couple different songs. But Pittsburgh getting represented here with the Troy Polamalu. This is a nice one. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this would fit Troy Polamalu.
No.
This looks maybe at like a medium. I know somebody was once asking us here in the chat about our sizing here in the break room.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything lower than a medium. Everything is probably pretty wearable, although it's all authenticated and signed. So I wouldn't wear it. I would display it, of course, but also maybe they're just looking to see what size display box to get. Troy Polamalu, though, you can just get a regular display box because this is a decent sized jersey, and you don't have to try to fit his afro in there as well, or whatever you want to call that. It's not quite an afro.
It's not an afro. It's just locks.
Just
the locks.
Long curly locks.
Yeah. Just the locks.
But yeah, very nice right there. Maybe you do get a little bit bigger of a shadow box to put this in because you want to put a little bottle of Head and Shoulders at the bottom. So really nice right there. Jim's saying he's a Rams fan.
But he won the Polamalu jersey.
But yeah, you're going home with this Polamalu, my man. I don't know if you can be too upset with that. B. Williams says usually extra large or large because those fit the frames best. Yeah, this maybe this is a large. Either way, a nice jersey nonetheless. I know you were searching for Rams, Jim, but you found us on the internet, and now you're finding your way to a Troy Polamalu autographed jersey. That is sweet right there. Headliner hit. So our ratios just changed. Jerseys are now going to be 20 boxes, 8 headliners, whereas the minis we're at 16 boxes, 8 headliners. So like I said earlier with the minis, now we are down to 1 headliner per box pull.
So yeah, Jim was probably going for the Marshall Faulk.
True.
In that jerseys. That's probably what he was looking at. Aaron Donald, I believe that's an authentic in the college. So little Rams connection there as well in the college series with Aaron Donald on the authentic elsewhere in the room. I don't see many other Rams among the headliners, but there's plenty of Rams hiding in the Ann Moore section. And as you saw in the minis, the Ann Moore section can sometimes be deceivingly good. I've seen Eric Dickerson pulled out of the Ann Moore section, and Eric Dickerson has almost always been a headliner, if not at least a listed headliner. Might not be a photoed headliner, but at least a listed headliner. We've had Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Those guys usually have been in the headliners. Jim Everett. And we've been regular in the break room as well.
That's true. We've seen Devontae Adams before he's even played a game with the Rams, although we're pretty soon here. We're not going to be able to say that. Has he played any preseason time?
He is not. The Rams are not messing around with preseason starters in the preseason. But there are some old school Rams there with Eric Dickerson, Jim Everett. Have been in the break room in the Ann Moore section as well. So even if they're not on that headliner board and we haven't talked about them as headliners, they're definitely hiding out here along with the regular headliners.
You know what?
But we get plenty of Ram stuff.
This is a headliner, so we're going to do our little box display here.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen us do this yet.
I haven't.
I kind of started it, but then Rip improved it by doing the little jersey tuck there.
But I like it.
So, yeah.
I like it.
These jersey boxes make for a nice little display piece here. You can still kind of see it right there.
Until you get the official display, you can use the box.
Yeah, exactly. So just to kind of help you guys out, we'll get hopefully some full-size helmets up here as well. Those display nicest on the table. But we've also... our new guy Alex, he likes to display the minis as well. He says the minis need a little bit more love, and I agree with him. That's not too bad either. So, very nice right there, Jim. You're getting that hit right there. And listen, Jim, one great thing about the break room too is if you're still searching for that Marshall Faulk, you could jump right back into the jerseys. Now you're kind of playing with the house's money, and if you don't hit the Marshall Faulk and somebody else does, you have a really nice trade piece, one headliner for the other. I mean, you might want to keep this Troy Polamalu, but who knows if somebody who hits the Marshall Faulk was chasing for something else, they might be willing to trade with you.
Very possible.
Trades reminder to all of our new folks that are joining us here. Trades, if they occur within a show, both items that are being traded, or if you're trading multiple items, all have to be one within the same show. If you're gifting that person...
To be facilitated by us.
Right. To be facilitated by us. If not, it's got to be on your own time. So you guys will have to exchange information and go ahead and do the trade on your own time. Our shipping department, they're great. They get stuff out to you as quick as possible, but we don't want to cause any more work for them or any kind of confusion. We want to make sure everybody gets their right stuff. If you're gifting something, you're going to have to be in the same break as somebody else. So you couldn't give it to somebody else just jumping on in the chat. They had to have had a spot in this same exact jersey break as you. What's up, fellas? Says John Touchton, just getting in here this morning. Who's left in the diamond break? Well, you are in luck because we have not gone down the diamonds just yet, and I will once we get right back into this rundown. B. Williams says, Jim, I have a Jim Everett stats jersey. Ooh, Jim, you might be interested in that. You guys might have to talk. But let's jump back in. We were going over the college series when we left off.
And Bradley, by the way, is a Steelers fan.
Oh.
So he will be interested in the Polamalu.
Yeah. So you may have a trade piece for him. But like I said, that type of a trade, if it's the Jim Everett stats jersey for the Polamalu, you guys will have to do on your own because half of that is not won in this show. But hey, if you hit that Marshall Faulk, you and Jim have an easy 1-for-1 swap right there.
Then it's a little bit easier. But yeah, diamonds, 7 boxes to go in the diamonds. So almost done with that series. Five spots to go in the single break, 7 spots to go in the double.
Ooh.
That Jamar Chase.
Oh yeah.
I believe there's a video of the Jamar Chase if you want to pull that up. But that Jamar Chase, it's like a copper or bronze helmet. There's like it looks like that might be the one that it looks like it's like the saber-toothed tiger.
It is, yep.
But that Jamar Chase is still available in the diamonds.
How about this thing? You got the Bengals logo, the old style logo on this side that just says Bengals. Even everything down to the visor, and it's even saying, you could see right there, like right on the eyebrow, it says Bengals inscribed in there. You got the current Bengals B with the striping going through it, and then this side.
Yeah, there's that saber-toothed tiger.
And it says Chasing Greatness. Mm-hmm. So Jamar Chase, he knows how to sign a helmet. I'll tell you that right there. He could have used the sweet spot there. I'll dock points a little bit for that. No, I can't even dock points. This man is arguably the best receiver in the game right now. He is chasing greatness. He's not chasing anybody really though after this last year. So
it's him and his old teammate.
It's him and Justin Jefferson. Yeah, both LSU. So yeah, Jamar Chase right in here. He's got that number 1 inscription on there. That adds a lot of value that he's signed it in that fashion. Let me go back to it with the Chasing Greatness and the number 1 Beckett certification on the back. It seems like there's another certification on there. Not sure. Maybe he has his own. You've got a little bit of that American flag down there, which is pretty cool on this. Like you were talking about that, like rusted iron looking helmet. It's just a beautiful
looks
color
like the
scheme.
Preds logo. Yeah.
Yeah. Me being a hockey fan, that was what my mind went to first and foremost. Yeah. So
there's also a Bijan Robinson Speed Flex still around in the diamonds. Steve Smith on the
down here
Panthers, classic Panthers, and then JSN will be on a Seahawks authentic again in the diamonds. Everything is authentics or better.
Exactly.
So those other 3 helmets in the Anmore section, those will be authentic for sure. We don't know; they won't be headliner names. They'll still be pretty solid names. But authentics are better in the diamonds. Again, only 7 boxes to go there, so pretty good chance at getting a headliner if you're getting that double or even that quad. Pretty good chance of pulling at least 1 headliner.
No doubt. As you heard Chinmay, 4 headliners in 7 boxes.
Well, if you get in the quad, we would definitely pull a headliner. Because
right. Oh, yeah.
We got to pull 4 boxes.
Guaranteed.
And there's only 3 in the Anmore section.
The math is mathing, as they would say. Bijan Robinson, as he has corrected reporters now this year, he's like, you guys are actually saying my name wrong. It's Bijan. Bijan Robinson. It's a little bit more elegant, you know?
Okay.
But Bijan Robinson on the Speed Flex, I feel like
because he was doing the Dijon Mustard.
Right, yeah. Bijan.
Yeah, that's
Bijan.
Maybe it's
Robinson.
A branding thing.
Oh,
maybe
I wonder
it is
if
Bijan, but he wants to do the branding.
That'd be so funny. Oh my gosh. Did you ever used to watch that show Community? Rip and I talk about
I've
it
seen
a lot.
I've seen a few episodes.
There was an episode where one of the students was literally named Subway so that they could have a Subway on the campus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? Who comes up with these storylines? But Bijan Dijon. It's like Peyton Manning. He's not Peyton anymore. He's Peyton Manning. But that is a really nice retro Falcons logo right there on that Bijan Robinson. And then as we were going down that Ja'Marr Chase, we were looking at the video of that. Steve Smith Sr., as Chinmay said, on the Carolina Panthers silver lid right there. He also mentioned Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN, in the secondary headliners. So 4 headliners in 7 boxes. As we went down that math for you, if we were to do the quad, we will for sure pull a headliner. That's just how it works. We were going over this college and when we jumped off. Let's continue on in here. How about, we talked about Drew Brees. How about this all-white Saquon Barkley lid right there? Honestly, you know that Eagles lid that we saw for A.J. Brown was at the Minis? No, where was he at?
Well, he's in the college too, right?
No. Oh, no, wait. Maybe so it wasn't A.J. Brown. Who was the other Eagle that we were talking about earlier on a helmet?
I see Cunningham in the minis.
Yeah, it was Cunningham. Yeah. It was Cunningham because that was an all-white Eagles lid with that blacked-out wing on the side. This Saquon Barkley kind of looks like that minus the wing, you know?
Yeah.
So you're
classic Penn State helmet,
right? Yeah, you're getting the Nittany Lions on there and not an eagle wing, but honestly, it could be either one. So a nice display piece, clean Saquon Barkley with that signature on there that I think matches that navy blue of Penn State. You got another navy blue helmet in here on the Steve Young lid right there. That is sweet. Get a Steve Young authentic for just, what is this college mixer series price point? This is the double, so this is 96, which means the single is 48.
Right around the practice squad box. Same, it's about the same price point. But again,
nice.
The thing with the college is that you've got, by my count, there are only three jerseys in the photoed headliners. There are only 3 jerseys, right? The Urlacher, right, the Emmett, and the Michigan national champs. All the other photoed headliners are authentic helmets.
Right.
That does not happen in the practice squad.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. You'll
get
find a couple
some
reps.
authentics, and there are some speed flexes in the practice squad, and there's some other items in there. But all authentic helmets outside of the 3 jerseys in the photoed headliners at this price point, that's the college series.
This is still August, so it's still baseball season, and we talk about average. I think practice squad would be more like your slugging percentage because you have a couple of speed flexes, so those are those big home runs in there. But you're also going to get a couple of ground out. Well, I shouldn't even call it a ground out because you're still winning something. You're going to get a couple of base hits with the replicas and stuff like that. This college series is you're a consistent hitter. Everything is an authentic. Everything is a double or a triple. You love to see that. And then, of course, even with those jerseys that you were mentioning that we'll jump into in just a second, those are sweet as well. How about Steve Smith Sr., though? On the Utes lid, that is a really nice gold and black.
It's one of the
lid.
wildest Utah helmets I've seen.
Honestly. I mean, I love the color match ink on that, but that's not their typical color scheme. Nope. So, I mean, the fact that he even found a gold pen to sign in, that is sweet as well. We were just talking about him in the diamonds. So if you can't get Steve Smith on a Carolina Panthers lid, get him on his alma mater here with this gold and black. That is clean.
Yeah.
That looks like I'd wear that as like a chain, Like sweet, sweet lid right there. And Steve Smith, probably one of the best signatures. Listen, it's not the cleanest signature. We've seen is it Curtis Martin that signs really clean? You can see every single letter represented. But Steve Smith, he's got that big John Hancock right there that would take up the entire sheet of paper if it was the Declaration of Independence. And I love the controlled chaosness of a Steve Smith signature. So really nice right there. Last but not least, we were talking about his LSU teammate, Ja'Marr Chase. How about Justin Jefferson on that Tigers lid? And that's the other yellow one that really pops out from the screen here in this walk-on college mixer series. Jay Jettis, listen, we talked about Jamar Chase being the best wide receiver in the game, but I put a little asterisk there because sometimes it really is Justin Jefferson. So you got to know who you're talking to. If you're talking to a Vikings fan, or if you're just straight up talking to an LSU fan, they could say either. But if you're talking to a Vikings fan, they're going to argue that it is Jay Jettis, Justin Jefferson. So that's a nice one as well. In that jersey department, we talked about the Michigan Champs jersey. You've got Go Blue right there on the National Championships 2023 threads right there. But we also have Emmitt Smith in there. It almost looks like an Islanders jersey to me as being a Hockey's fan. It's got that orange, blue, and white. So that is a nice.
This is another Rip item.
This is, because he's a Gators fan. I almost forgot about that.
If he was here, this would definitely be coming out.
Oh yeah, this is this older Gators style, right? Because I've
little bit.
I've seen some of their newer jerseys, and they look a little different. But Emmitt Smith, an absolute legend in there. If you can't find him on Cowboys merch, you can find him here on his Gators merch. And listen, even though it's not Cowboys fans are going to be clamoring for this one. So, and they're everywhere. So even if you don't want the Emmitt Smith and you just want to hit it as a trade piece, you can still jump on in this college mixer series and do that. Brian Urlacher is in here, though. That is what I would be chasing as a Bears fan on his alma mater. I didn't realize he was number 44 in college. Not sure what the number change was going to the Bears, because I don't think there was.
No, there wouldn't have been a conflict.
Yeah, there wasn't any. It's not retired, and I don't think anybody else would have had it. In fact, if somebody else had it, then you see Brian Urlacher get on the field, you're like, you know what, he can have 44. He can have it. I think that's well deserved. So probably one of the best players in Bears history. He has hair now, which is what they show you on the billboards.
And he may or may not have gone to Turkey for the hair transplant.
I didn't know about that.
No, that's just a running joke. People go to Turkey for hair transplants.
Yeah.
I
was going to say the company is based here in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. But talk about saving the Bears and now saving his hairline as well. Secondary headliners in this college series to round out the full 17 headliners that we have. Michael Irvin and Earl Campbell. We saw Earl Campbell in the jerseys earlier. Not sure what he's on here in this college series, but could be another jersey, but his college style. Could be another helmet. That would be nice as well. Michael Irvin, that would be typically a nice double up with Emmitt Smith, but this is college. Reminder, this is college. So we have some different divisions in here. If you look down here, these are how they are broken up. You've got Purdue, Michigan, and USC. That could spell Caleb Williams, possibly.
Yeah, and I will say, we talk about the headliners, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's a great headliner list and a lot of big-time athletes there. This college series is where the Anmore section really is pretty much right up there.
Oh, yeah.
With the headline. You got guys who maybe haven't done as much in the NFL, but in college, they were stars. I've seen Odell Beckham get pulled in the Anmore section. I've seen Michael Vick get pulled in the Anmore section. I've seen Matt Leinart stat jersey come out of the Anmore section.
Yeah.
I've seen a Johnny Manziel helmet come out of the Anmore section. So this college series really loaded in that Anmore section as well, not just in this amazing headliner list, but also in that bonus section.
And you know what I love about running down the division breaks, or the breakdown of the divisions here in this break is, it's not your typical NFC North, South, East, West, AFC North, South, East, West. It is broken up by teams. And, you can kind of get your mind racing on who possibly might be in that Anmore section when you see, like I just said, USC Trojans. We could see Caleb Williams. Nebraska Cornhuskers. We didn't have any of those in the headliner series. So BYU Cougars, Ole Miss Rebels, Nebraska Cornhuskers. We got the Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooner, and then Florida Gators, Virginia Tech Hokies. We've got the TCU Horned Frogs. We saw, who was that on the Horned Frogs? That was LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. Oklahoma State Cowboys. That was the Tyreek Hill. Missouri Tigers.
Oh, who's the Mizzou guy?
Yeah. That's right up your alley. Yours and Commons. We'll have to see if they're who's that Mizzou. There's a couple of names.
Maybe it's Luther Burden.
Could be.
Maybe it's Luther Burden. Maybe it's Drew Lock.
Drew Lock would be a good one.
Chase
as well.
Daniel.
Oh, I forgot Chase Daniel was there.
Could be there as well. Kellen Winslow. We've seen Kellen Winslow in the on the Chargers jersey, but Kellen Winslow could be there as well.
A lot of good names coming out of Mizzou football. So possibilities are endless. Talk about some other Tigers. How about the LSU Tigers? We saw them over there on that Justin Jefferson, but could be some more. Miami Hurricanes are represented as well. And here's another thing too. I'll kind of give you the behind the scenes on how to play the game here. You know that there are multiple either LSU or Miami Hurricanes helmets because each division has an even chance typically here in the break room. So if we just have 2 teams here when we have 3 teams in some of these other breaks, you know we might have a few Tigers or a few Hurricanes hidden in there as well.
And that's actually a double up spot in the headliners with Michael Irvin and Justin Jefferson.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, you have it already there. But, yeah, we could even have an and more hit in there. So you may want to just jump in here to see if you can get that spot specifically. Penn State's got the Nittany Lions, of course. New Mexico Lobos. That's Wolves. That's the Urlacher. Ohio State Buckeyes. Texas A&M Aggies. Pittsburgh Panthers. We saw that on the Aaron Donald lid. Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Did you see they just changed their logo?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new logo?
A mad leprechaun.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it. I liked the old style a little bit better, I think. But now that he's like stiff arming and running with the football, like rather than like putting him up, I mean, it's cool. It's different. I don't know. It's kind of tough for me to stray away from the old style look, you know?
Look, Stanford is in the ACC now. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Nothing matters.
Yeah, no kidding. And listen, I hope it's just not one of the things that gets canceled because I'm Irish and I love that logo.
Okay.
So he's fine. A leprechaun is fine by me. I just want to put that out there. But North Carolina Tar Heels, Utah Utes, and Texas Longhorns.
That's
we saw
also
some of that up here.
That's also a double up opportunity with Lawrence Taylor and Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. That would be a really nice double up. You got that Carolina blue that's coming your way, plus that gold and black.
Who knows?
Nice.
Vince Young could be sitting in that Anmore section.
That's true
as
as well.
As a Texas.
That's right. So that is our college series. All brand new, all 30 boxes, 17 headliners. Jump on in there. We ran down the diamonds midway through that. As we said, the diamonds, 4 headliners and 7 boxes. And as you heard me say, 17 headliners in the 30 walk-on college boxes. The only thing that we haven't gone down, actually 2 things, are the vaults and the 1 and 4. Now, it's a toss-up because we still have a lot of speed flexes in the vault. Let me save the best for like I said, it's a toss-up. But I'll save the best for last. I'll save the 1 and 4 for last. Let's take a look at this vault real quick.
Yeah, I'm counting 5 speed flexes.
Yeah.
In 20 boxes.
5 speed flexes in the vault.
25% chance at a speed flex.
5 speed flexes in the vault, plus you have another 2 in the diamonds. That's 7. You have another 4 in the 1 and 4. We're going to get to that. So that is 11. And then you have 3 more speed flexes in the practice squad. So we have a total of 14 speed flexes on the board for you today amongst 4 different series. That is nice. That is sweet. One of those speed flexes is this beautiful Brock Bowers. We don't see the Raiders. I almost called them the Oakland Raiders, but the Vegas Raiders. We don't see the Vegas Raiders change up their logo. We don't see Raves. We don't see Lunars too often. We don't see any of the specialty helmets. But this artwork on this Brock Bowers. Oh my goodness. I've seen one Brock Bowers with the Raiders skull logo before and these like brass knuckles on the sword handles. I have not seen it with the graveyard underneath. That is sweet.
Ominous.
Oh, man, that is absolutely gorgeous. Love the skull touch in there as well. You've got his number 89 on the front. And then, of course, on the other side is, once again, the logo. And listen, this is unique because we usually see guys respecting the logos or, of course, signing around the artistry and the decal. Brock Bowers said, nah, this is my skull right here.
I'm a Raider.
I'm a Raider. We're putting my big BB signature right over the top here. And actually, it comes out really nicely. Especially because, like I said, you have that 89 on the front there, so he didn't have room. You got, that says Vegas going up the top. I almost said that. I thought that said Bowers, but no, it says Vegas going up the top. You got the Beckett certification right there on the back as well. But Brock Bowers signing right there, and man, oh man, his signature looks like it would be like a Miami Vice style logo, so you can't even tell that it's a signature. It almost looks like it was designed by an artist, but it was outlined by this artist as they added the fancy skull and crossbones basically to this helmet. Love to see that. Love how the chin strap is like hanging on this one. It almost looks like one of those like fighter pilots that just gets out of the cockpit. But the graveyard underneath this thing is phenomenal. Jump on in here. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I'd add that to my collection, and I don't even really have too much of a collection. I've mostly got baseball and hockey stuff. But if I was to add something football, you better bet it's that Brock Bowers. Russell Wilson. Talk about another helmet. I don't believe. Oh no, we do have a video for this one. Russ, Mr. Unlimited, Russ Wilson with of course, he's got the mural of him on here. That's really nice too. Signature right above it. He's looking a little tough in this one. He's looking like he's down and out, but it might just be the angle that he's looking at. But I even love the striping going up. It almost looks like the old Reebok logo over here, but really nice on the spine of this. And you come around and you've got NY for the New York Giants, all in big blue and red. But I really love like it's almost like an early 90s style or like maybe even early 2000s style of like graffiti art on the side there. And I love that. The rip in front, the all blue visor with the blacked out face mask. This from start to finish, mwah, chef's kiss right there. That is beautiful on that Mr. Unlimited Russ. What is he going to say now this year? Giants country, let's giant? I don't know. Let's
country, let's ride, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks like a Fanatics certification on the back. We'll have to pull that to be sure. But overall, a really, really nice Russell Wilson on his brand new team.
Yeah.
Hasn't even, well, actually, he might have played in a preseason game with them already. I believe he has, but not played an official NFL game yet with New York. So get in here before everybody is going to be chasing that guy and looking to get one of those, because you're not going to find it for the prices you're finding it in here. Once he's actually playing for that team, the price is going to shoot up. How about still in this Vault series, Justin Jefferson? We saw him in the college section. You could get him on this Vikings Rave. That's a really nice, authentic. Love the purpled out helmet right there. Also in here, Rob Gronkowski on that cherry red for the Patriots on there. I'm not sure. It just looks like his signature and number 87. But Gronk, a big name, both in football, because he had his time alongside of Brady, both in New England and Tampa Bay, but now also on the broadcasting side of things, Rob Gronkowski. Oh, and in literally quite like every single commercial ever. He's still tracking down that USAA insurance.
He's still trying to make a field goal for FanDuel.
He is, yeah. I keep betting against him, and I keep winning money. We still have another Steve Smith Senior Speed Flex. They're landing me with all the tongue twisters today, and I'm here for it. But Steve Smith Sr. on the Carolina Panthers Speed Flex. We saw Steve Smith Sr. already here in the break room, but we did not see him on a Speed Flex. We saw him in the Diamonds on an Authentic, and we saw him in that Walk-On College series on his alma mater. How about a Speed Flex Panthers lid right there? A silver chromed out visor. That is really nice, but then you've got, of course, the classic Panthers style as well. We still have yet another Ja'Marr Chase in the room, and oh boy, I mean, this one, if you were not a fan of the other one, I don't know how you can't be. You've got to be a fan of this one. Ja'Marr Chase signing on the sweet spot there. You've got like that honeycomb pattern that is really nice, but the rip that goes right through. You've got the orange and black traditional style Bengals lid, but poking through on like that ice pattern. It almost looks like one of the Winter Warriors for the Vikings. You've got the silver and white Bengals logo right there. Beckett certification on the back. But man, oh man, look at even the down to the visor clips. You've got the Bengals logos on there. You've got the all orange chrome visor with the beautiful white face mask. And this is a different face mask. You notice it's got a couple more bars on it. This is a little bit more accurate to what Ja'Marr Chase, I believe, actually wears. And I just love the way the white pops off of that. It's almost a gold orange on the front. Sweet. Really nice lid right there for Ja'Marr Chase. Add that to the list of nice Ja'Marr Chases we have on the board. But one last lid we do have here in this vault that is photoed. How about another Speed Flex? This one is a Travis Hunter. We were just talking about him earlier. You can double up here with, which one is that? Trying to think about my divisions here. Well, Travis Hunter, this is a lunar. This is a beautiful color match ink for Travis Hunter on the Jaguars. I almost said Steve Smith Sr., but no, Jaguars, Panthers, Lions, and Tigers, and Bears. Oh my, no. Travis Hunter on the lunar Speed Flex. That's a hot commodity here because Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball, and he's going to definitely need a Speed Flex in when he's on defense and on offense. Really nice right there, Travis Hunter. Secondary headliners that we still have in this series, Ricky Williams and Frank Gore. So if you didn't hit the Ricky Williams jersey, you can get the Ricky Williams on a helmet, and Frank Gore is in here as well. I think Frank Gore was one of our secondary headliners. I think it was in the minis, and he got pulled. So here's your opportunity to get Frank Gore here. All right, last but absolutely not least, let's take a look at what we have in that 1 and 4. I may have passed it already, but there's going to be multiple here. Let's see.
Those Speed Flexes in that 1 and 4. You got some videos for those.
Oh yeah,
you'll definitely need to play those videos. Yeah, those are pretty nice.
No doubt. Here's a look at everything, but all 4 Speed Flexes still available. So let's go take a look at them. We can look at them in really any order. How about the Barry Sanders? Oh my goodness. Ripped Speed Flex. You've got a little bit of the field on the back there, which is really nice. But you've got the rip going through both sides of the line. That's like a whiteout line. That is sweet Barry Sanders signature on the sweet spot. This one has lions with some lion claws ripped through it going up the spine. That is beautiful. Grayed out face mask. That is sweet. Barry Sanders, do not delay. Get in here. Get your spot so that you can win a Barry Sanders in the 1 and 4. Also in the 1 and 4, how about a beautiful Drew Brees? We talked about Drew Brees earlier on that Purdue lid. What's really nice, and we've seen a couple of rips like that, is that the Drew Brees Purdue ripped Saints helmet, same color scheme. So
yeah,
and sometimes that's a tough color scheme to match if you're on two completely different teams. But this one is gold, white, and black as well. You got the fleur-de-lis on the side for that Saints logo, but that beautiful matte, well, that's actually a little bit more of a glossy white. Look at the back here, though. You see on the spine, it's got some accolades right here. 500 touchdowns club. And on this side, it says Super Bowl MVP. I think he's got a couple other inscriptions going up the top there as far as accolades. So a really nice helmet. You've got, I'm actually not sure. Oh, this is that, I believe this is that musician that passed away in New Orleans on the sticker here. They wore those for 1 year. And this side, you have the FSM and the flag. So that is sweet. A gold out visor as well. And the Under Armour logos as it connects to the face mask right there. Saints going up the top. And, of course, the gold and black striping that the Saints have right there. That is sweet.
500 TD Club.
500 TD Club is nothing to snuff
five
at.
quarterbacks.
Only
five quarterbacks in the 500 TD Club. So pretty exclusive company there for Drew Brees.
No doubt. We may get to another one here in just a second, but first we have to go over this Bo Jackson. We've seen a lot of really nice Bo Jackson in the break room as of late, but I don't think anything this nice. This is a hydro, but not just any hydro. Look at how that pattern extends. Usually we see the hydro just on part of the helmet. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. It almost looks like olive green, like for the troops, but I can't even tell what color scheme. And don't get me wrong, they've done a nice job production-wise getting us this video because, of course, we want to see it. We want to see that hydro pattern bleeding in to the face mask as well, and it matching with the chromed out visor. But I can't tell if that's like a silver or a gray. But Brock Bowers, I was just saying how we don't see too many Raiders lids that are customized. We were talking about that Brock Bowers. This is Bo Jackson on that. So you could get the old and the new with Brock Bowers in there in the vault. This is, of course, Bo Jackson in the 1 and 4. This is sweet. Whew. All right, there's another helmet I want as well. It's just a shame I can't play in the break room. Last but not least, we have this new guy. I don't really know. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is like Tom Brady or something like that. I don't know.
I've heard of him.
Probably going to be a bust. I don't know. We've got him on this Patriots logo, but it's ripped with the Bucks logo in here. This is super unique.
The old school Bucks logo.
It's the old school Patriots and the old school Bucks, which is super sweet. And both logos incorporate that red. So you've got the red visor to go with the red clips on the face mask. You've got the striping that could go for either team, honestly. It looks more like black and red, so that might actually be more the current Bucks. But like Jim May said, it's the retro Buccaneers logo popping out from behind Patriot Pat right there. You see his hand on the football as he's getting ready to hike it. Patriot Pat, the retro Patriots logo, mixed with, here's a really good idea. Oh, first of all, that looks 3D right there. That is beautiful how they did the rip job on there. But you could see the different color schemes in here. You've got the red, like orange and red, and then you have the red, white, black, white, and red on the different striping that goes up each top so that, or the spine so that each team is represented. You get a little bit more of Patriot Pat on this side and a little less of that Buccaneers logo, but still beautiful nonetheless. This thing is sweet. Can't wait to pull that one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to pull.
All right, let's jump on into the rest of what we have in this series so we can get back to just kind of chatting with you guys. Those are those 4 speed flexes that lead off this series. But how about we get into the baseball section? Derek freaking Jeter on a baseball bat. Now, Chin May, you weren't here yesterday. I said, The double you can jump into for about $400. This Derek Jeter bat is probably about like $500, maybe $600. Then we looked online. It goes for as high as $2,000. The exact same bat from Fanatics. We've also seen it for $1,000. But I mean,
I'm seeing 1999.99.
Exactly. So I mean, I lowballed the absolute crap out of this thing. So jump on in here, even in the quad. If you win a Derek Jeter bat, you are going home. And think about it this way: this is a 1 in 4, right? So if you get that baseball spot, and the Derek Jeter comes out, and then something else from baseball comes out. Not only are you winning a bat worth probably $2,000 for a quad. Listen, best case scenario in a quad, all 4 things come out and they're baseball and you have the baseball spot, right?
Right.
But even if it's just a double up, look at some of these other names that we have in here. How about the polar bear, Pete Alonso on that bat? He got pulled. I spoke a little too soon. However, you know what would be a really nice double up? And you could probably double them up if it was just an all baseball series because they played on the same team. In fact, they played on the same side of the infield together. Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. Derek Jeter, of course, that is on a Silver Slugger. You've got Alex Rodriguez on that Adirondack bat. Both of them pro bats. Both of them all blacked out. Both of these guys Yankees. So
pick up these guys, Yankees World Series champions.
But exactly. I buried the lead right there. World Series champions, both, I believe, MVPs at certain points in their career. And, I mean, listen, you can get the whole left side of that New York infield if you really wanted to right there in the 1 in 4. We still do have the Chipper Jones bat in here. That's the
Jeter was never a league MVP, but he was a World Series MVP.
World Series MVP, yes, right. Got snubbed a couple of years, but also I think that he just ran into some years where he was going.
Well, he had a few A-Rod years, right? There were A-Rod won 3 MVPs. Early in his career during that time when Jeter was kind of in his heyday as well.
91? No, not that far back.
No.
95?
No. A-Rod?
A-Rod, yeah.
No. A-Rod was 03, 05.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did win in 05. Yeah.
Won two MVPs with the Yankees, and that's also when he won the World Series, obviously.
But he started late 90s.
Started late 90s with the Mariners.
Yeah. So, I mean, and listen, both guys now on the panel for MLB on Fox, I believe, or is it might just be NFL Network, MLB Network. Regardless, with all the deals being signed these days, it's going to be ESPN.
Alex Rodriguez is also the owner for the Timberwolves.
I did not know that.
Timberwolves ownership.
Partial ownership?
I believe it's it's close to 50. Like he's a partner in the ownership group.
I did not know that. All right. Well, hey, then that just adds even more value to the baseball bat right there because it dabbles into the basketball realm. Speaking of basketball realm, we still have Kevin Durant on this basketball. It's a nice Wilson Fanatics certified basketball. Right next to him, we have Larry Bird, but not on a basketball. On a replica Larry O'Brien trophy, you've got the color match ink on there for Larry Bird and the Celtics green. That is a really nice hit and a beautiful display piece for any collection. Karl Malone is still available in here. You've got Karl Malone on the jersey. I love seeing the jerseys that have like the mesh with you could definitely tell it's the older style jersey. That is sweet as well. But you go opposites. From a mesh jersey to an all-leather jacket. How about Stone Cold Steve Austin? Give me a hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin right there on the vest with the skull on it. He signs as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And, I mean, that's his full name, but technically you could count that as added inscription. So drive that price point up a little bit as well. Stone Cold Steve Austin, but we're not done with our WWE merchandise here in the 1 and 4, and this is one thing that Mr. Ricky told us not to pull. So you know we got
to pull it.
We have to pull it. Yes,
pull
absolutely. This is a John Cena signed Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. I mean, that looks like it's the real deal.
To be determined if there is actually money in the case.
Right? Maybe I'll throw a penny in there for you guys. Don't worry. I add a whole cent of value to it. But yeah, really nice. It is a little hefty. It's in a box over here, so we actually haven't like pulled it. But I did pick it up the other day, and it's got some weight to it. So you got to imagine that's pretty darn close to the real thing. We also have a Peter Forsberg helmet right here. This man. One of the best in Colorado Avalanche history, one of the best in hockey history with Peter Forsberg. This man was flashy. He was fast. He changed the game. He's also got the Hall of Fame inscription right there on the lid as well. So Peter Forsberg, definitely a good hit to have in the 1 and 4. Last but not least, we have the and more section. How about a dual sign? Get the brothers in there. Tiki and Rondé Barber. On we don't know. It could be a helmet. This is the non.
Could be a football.
Could be a football, as well. So it could be a jersey.
Could be a half and half jersey.
Yeah, half and half would be nice too. Jim Thome, I was just talking about a jersey that I had that I outgrew. Would love to see this Jim Thome. My guess is it's going to be on a bat, although it could be on a helmet. Yeah. It could be.
Could be a jersey.
Could be a mitt. We've seen mitts here in the break room as well before.
Jim Thome didn't do much fielding.
That's true. Mostly DHing. When he did play, he played at first base though, so maybe it's a first baseman mitt. Those are a little bit added in the leather department. Paul Pierce is in here. He's the truth, right?
He is. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe he's lying about that. Paul Pierce, the truth in there.
Wheelchair not included in the memorabilia.
Wheelchair not included. Burt Reynolds did get pulled. Terry McLaurin is still available. Scary Terry McLaurin. So, hey, we were talking about his quarterback, Jaden Daniels, earlier. Well, quarterback for now.
In the practice squad, yeah.
Yeah, let's...
on that football.
Let's see if Scary Terry McLaurin stays, right? He should be staying with the Commanders as he is one of their best players. So, Terry McLaurin in this secondary headline. That's how deep this series is he's a secondary headliner. You know who else is a secondary headliner? One of the best baseball players of the 90s. That would be Vladimir Guerrero. Oh no,
that's you're talking about the old Vlad. You're talking about the old Vlad.
I'm talking about Dad, but this is one of the best baseball players in the game today, Vlad Jr.
Blue Jays are in first place?
Blue Jays are in first place, and he's a big reason as to why this man can absolutely smash the ball. Just like his father before him, who was one of the best baseball players in the 90s.
He won, Vlad Jr. won the home run derby 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. He's been a little removed now. This year was Cal Raleigh. Last year...
Alonso.
Was it Alonso last year?
I think Alonso won it, right?
It could have been.
Let me see.
I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I'm getting my years mixed up. I thought Alonso won a couple back-to-back.
No, last year was Teoscar Hernandez.
Wow, I would have never pulled that.
Alonso won the year after. So Alonso won in 2019, and then 2020 event was obviously canceled.
Right.
And then he won in 21. So he technically won back-to-back events, not years.
So then
but
it was
Vlad was 2023.
Oh, 2023. Okay, yeah. Wait, was there a 2022 in there?
Yeah, Juan Soto.
Okay. I forgot about that one as well.
But yeah, three home run derbies ago
too. Yeah,
3 home run derbies ago was Vlad Guerrero winning.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe the bat, if it's a bat, has home run derby winner.
Could be
inscripted on it.
That'd be really nice. Clyde Drexler is still in there. We could get a basketball hit as well. And last but not least, you know me, I love my hockey. Chris Chelios Also, one of the greatest Blackhawks of all time. Although some people here in Chicago are a little sour with Chris Chelios because he said, "I'll never play for another team ever again." And of all the teams that he goes to, the Detroit Red Wings, Blackhawks' biggest rival. His mom even came out and she said, "He broke my heart." You can't break your own mom's heart. Come on, Chris. Although he had some really good chili, Chelly's chili out here, and he will be honored by the Blackhawks this year. Will we see a number retirement for Chris Chelios? He wore number 27. No, excuse me.
Well, he wore the Blackhawks retired his number.
I'm confusing
number
him.
7.
I was at his jersey retirement ceremony.
Oh,
I
God.
should know because that was the night that Patrick Kane stole the show. Patrick Kane has had a very similar career story, playing for the Blackhawks and then now playing for the despised Detroit Red Wings. And Chris Chelios said in his acceptance speech for the retirement number ceremony, he said, "Don't steal my thunder tonight." And what did Patrick Kane do? He went out and scored the overtime winner that night. I was thinking, excuse me, we did have him in the break room recently. Jeremy Roenick. That's who I was thinking of.
Well,
but
we've had Chelios in the break room too.
But yes, Chelios number 7, Jeremy Roenick number 27. They both played in that same 90s Blackhawks era. I actually took the Blackhawks to the Stanley Cup one year. Just could not get the job done against a red-hot Pittsburgh Penguins team. And when you look who was on that team, I mean, I don't blame them how they got dismantled by Pittsburgh, but it was I don't know, a guy by the name of Mario Lemieux. Never heard of him.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah,
pretty good.
But yeah, Chris Chelios, absolutely phenomenal. I should know better. I was at his retirement ceremony. It's Friday once again. I'm even if I'm messing up my hockey stats, you know it's a Friday because usually I'm spot on this stuff. So that is our entire break page, guys. Other than personals, I'm not really going to run down those because we haven't really had any here. I'd like for you to get a chance to see us a little bit and see this lovely Troy Polamalu jersey that we pulled. We've got an opportunity here to get back to the breaks if we want to. But it's Friday morning. It's 10:43. I'm going to cut the Chase wheel spin at 10:55. So if we have not jumped into the practice squad and closed that out by 10:55, we're going to be done with that Chase wheel spin. That'll give Chinmay and I about 5 minutes to wrap things up because if we're not breaking, we will be jumping off around 11 o'clock. But you tell us, what are you chasing? What do you want to get into here? What is on your agenda for the weekend as well? We can have a nice little conversation. What do you have planned, Chinmay? Are you here tomorrow too?
I'm here tomorrow. I'm here all day tomorrow.
So your usual Saturday.
Not all day, but I'll be here for most of the day tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a busy weekend. Not a busy weekend this weekend, but all of next week, pretty much a packed Monday to Monday. So this coming Monday, I got my first fantasy draft.
Oh, okay.
And then on Labor Day Monday, I have the other fantasy draft. So I'm only in 2 leagues now.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I've trimmed it down to now. These have been going for a long time. So
gotcha.
I'm in the 2 leagues, and in the week between is pretty much all wedding stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's
multiple weddings.
Multiple weddings.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be a busy man.
Yeah.
And that paycheck is gonna get cut right into with all those wedding gifts for sure. Yeah. No. Really nice though. I will say, I'm getting a chance to go to the White Sox game tonight.
Oh,
but
my condolences.
But not as usually I'm there as press. Tonight I'll be kicking my feet up. I'll be in a suite. That'll be really nice.
All right, never mind.
So, yeah.
Never mind.
I was not going to say no to that opportunity.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? Free food. I'm going to pig out tonight.
The suites are nice. The offerings in the suites are very nice.
Yeah.
And when that dessert cart rolls by,
I'm taking one of everything.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely loading up on that dessert cart.
Oh yeah. Give me a little bit of that Garrett's popcorn to go, but me, I'm a chocolate guy. I'll take that right then and there. Ooh. However, what else was I going to say? Yeah, no, fantasy is going to keep you busy, that's for sure, amongst the weddings and stuff like that. I'm not going to ask who you're drafting because I don't know if you want to give up your strategy there, if anybody else is in that league that's listening. But I'd say there's a bunch of names on this board that you could be looking at drafting. What is one helmet, not necessarily somebody you're drafting, but one helmet that you really want to see come out of from on this board?
So aside from the obvious Josh Jacobs, given my allegiance,
Yep.
I do like also in the practice squad the Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
The teal Jaguar is something. There's some teams that the color scheme, they've gotten it right.
Yes.
The Jags teal and gold look is one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm always partial to the Trevor Lawrence teals. I'm a fan of Drew Brees.
Okay.
So that Drew Brees in the 1 and 4.
You like the 1 and the 1 and 4?
The 1 and 4.
That's a really nice
that's
one.
a Saints one, right?
Yes.
The Purdue one.
The
Purdue one is a little. I'm not a Purdue guy, so
okay. Yeah.
don't really care much for that one. But the Drew Brees in the 1 and 4 is right up there. And probably the LT TCU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really nice Horned Frogs one. I like that.
If we can't get him on a Charger, then we can at least see him on the TCU.
That is true.
We have gotten LT on the Chargers, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, we have had it. We just can't get him right now on a Chargers. That would definitely be a guy that is a photoed headliner. So if he's not up on this board, that means he's not in these series. He's not going to be hiding out in the Anmore. Although weirder things have happened. But the folks at home know I usually go with what is hot in the break room. Those big ones that scream at you. And that to me is the Brock Bowers in the vault. That is a beautiful Brock Bowers with the graveyard beneath it. Love the skulls. They know I'm a Halloween guy. So that Speed Flex is definitely what I want to see.
2 months away?
Yeah, we're close. We're already building our haunted house. We started early August. We're about a month into it. This next week is going to be a hiatus for that. I got a busy week just like you.
Okay.
But mine isn't weddings, and mine isn't fantasy. Mine's more just going around doing press stuff. I will be going
to work. So you're
yeah. But you know what? It's fun work though, because you get to go
enjoyable work.
It'll be Boomers, it'll be Cougars, two of the minor league teams we have here. It will be one White Sox press day on Thursday, so I'll be right back at the park.
My condolences.
Yeah, that'll be condolences because they're also playing the Yankees. So, ouch. And then the bookends of the week are going to be concerts. I have Linkin Park up in Milwaukee, and then I have Avenged Sevenfold and System of a Down at Soldier Field.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Sandwiched in that next weekend by my mom's birthday. So it's going to be, hey,
full
Mom. Yeah, I got you something. It's not concert tickets, but here you go. So, yeah, full-on week for me. This weekend, what do I have? We'll be building our haunted house more tomorrow and Sunday. I've got
Scott in the chat
on Sunday.
Is going to be watching the Ultimate Autographs night show at a Morgan Wallen concert.
That's crazy, man.
But he's in a suite, so he can do that.
Listen, multitasking is
actually in the suite.
Possible.
They should have it at the concert venue too.
Yeah, in fact, I think behind Morgan Wallen on the big screens, they'll usually have Ultimate Autographs playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's usually a TV in the suite itself.
Yes,
where you can play something.
Right.
So that might be the spot to put Ultimate Autographs.
There you go.
We did during the a buddy of mine. He gets a lot of the. He's a big wagerer. I was told that we couldn't use some terms. So
right.
He's a big He engages in a lot of wagering.
Likes to play around with the cash flow
with regards to sports. So he gets a lot of these experiences as a result of that.
Oh, right, because they'll gift you a lot of things too. Oh, that's nice.
So Cubs box suite was one of them.
Ooh.
And the NBA playoffs were going on during that time. So a lot of people wanted to watch the NBA playoffs as well because they had some wagers on the NBA playoffs game.
Right.
And the TV inside was the broadcast of the game, of the Cubs game, right?
Right.
So we were on an 8-second delay from what was happening outside.
Yeah, so you're like, you might as well just look outside.
We would hear the crowd outside.
Yeah.
And then we would see something happen and we were like, okay, enough of this.
Yeah. Turn
put the basketball game on.
Honestly, yeah, that's how you multitask. That's why a lot of these, at least here in Chicago, a lot of these arenas are coming up with these sports books that like you can be at the arena watching the game, but you can kind of dip over into this little corner and there's a huge wall full of TVs and you can check out everything else.
Yeah, the United Center has a FanDuel room.
Yep.
Wrigley Field has DraftKings.
The White Sox were supposed to get one, and my condolences to that as well. I don't think it's happening. They did. A lot of it, though, I think they were going to be putting it up where they now have the Chicago Sports Network studio because back when it was NBC Sports Chicago, which was previously Comcast Sportsnet, they had their own studio downtown. Now, the only actual headquarters for Chicago Sports Network, the three teams they cover, the Blackhawks, the Bulls, and the White Sox. So they have in the atrium at the United Center, and they have I think it's technically it's the 400 level in at Rate Field. Still Comiskey to me, but so we were just walking through there last week for the Savannah Banana stuff like that. We went up to go try one of the banana milkshakes. I'm a chocolate guy. You got to give me chocolate. I can't. But we cut through there. We're like, hey, can we knocked on the door. They're like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're getting back to the press box. Can we cut through this way? They're like, yeah, I guess it's fine. I'm like, is anybody here from CHSN? They're like, no. I'm like, darn, I want to shake some hands, take some pictures, But no, it was good. That was a fun experience. That was probably the coolest experience other than being at Mark Buehrle's perfect game. Probably the coolest experience I've had at the ballpark. Okay. And a lot of it was because Friday night they brought out Mark Buehrle, and I got to talk to him, and I got to talk to AJ Pierzynski, and whew, what a weekend. There's a picture of me, and I'm just like staring up at AJ Pierzynski, and like so many people have like after I posted it commented, they're like, I wish somebody would look at me the way Mike looks at AJ Pierzynski. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
did you ask him about the infamous dropped third strike?
I did.
At game 2 between the White Sox and Angels.
I did, because when he made his banana ball debut, I said, especially with the banana ball rules, where I believe it's
there are no. I talked about this with Joe last time because he was talking about Savannah Bananas. I'm convinced there are no rules in the Savannah Bananas game.
There are some rules, and they do follow them, but it is just pure chaos out on the field. There's always something happening. You have to be like a dog that sees a squirrel because like your attention is being pulled in 17 different directions during the game. It is. Listen, I love baseball. It's one of my favorite sports, and I have an appreciation for it. But for the layman fan that says, "Oh, baseball's boring, and it's so slow,"
you want
and stuff
entertainment?
like that. If you want entertainment, this is the complete opposite of what normal MLB baseball or even minor league. Well, some minor league gets the fans and the families involved and stuff like that.
Yeah, they get some
but
creative
this
stuff.
is just nonstop action. But with banana ball rules, I believe you're allowed to like run to first at any time. So like if there's a pass ball by the catcher, like forget the rest of the at bat. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to just go to first. So I asked AJ, I said, with the banana ball rules, we were expecting you to maybe steal first base again. And he laughed about that. So got a little chuckle out of AJ, but no, he grounded out, unfortunately. I was like, it's not what we wanted from you.
No.
But he actually caught. Mark Buehrle actually pitched. The catcher's gear was a little tight on AJ.
Okay.
Right. Mark Buehrle, I think he was throwing a couple back as well. So I mean, he was definitely feeling himself. So it was a great time. Is your buddy Ricky who? The one that we have here at Ultimate Autographs, Ricky?
Probably.
But no, I don't know any other Rickies. I might have a cousin Ricky who sets me up with White Sox tickets, but Chinmay's wagering buddy. Is your wagering buddy Ricky? Oh no,
no, it's
no,
not.
Different buddy.
Ricky does make some wagers.
He does. Yeah.
He does make some wagers. He's often shared some of his wagers over the UA airwaves.
He's picked some.
Are we
wild
airwaves?
ones.
We're a streaming company.
Yeah. All of the above. Airway, streaming, I don't know. All the same thing. But no, he's shared a couple with me, and I'm like, buddy, why are you putting like 17 different legs on that wager? Like, what do we... That's never going to hit. Yeah, but the payout is great. if I throw $20 on it, I'm like, you're just giving up $20.
Ricky is the guy who wants to desperately be featured on this like sportsbook social media pages of like this insane 20 leg parlay.
Yeah, right. Oh man. 10:56, guys. 56 is in Mark Burley's number. We are past that deadline for me to give you an opportunity at the Chase wheel spin. So unfortunately, we will not have that today. Nice enough that we got this Troy Polamalu hit today. Of course, it's our only headliner. So I guess
plenty of stuff left.
Gotta be hit of the show. Although honorable mention to both the Dante Culpepper and the Steve Largent. What would be your top 3 of the day? How would you rank those?
I would rank it the same way.
Yeah,
I'd go Polamalu, Culpepper, and then
Steve
Largent.
Yeah, I think I'd throw that in that order as well, as how I said it. Although I do really have a soft spot for that neon green of the Seattle Seahawks there. So that's really nice. Guys, we're going to be wrapping things up here right around 11 o'clock. So get your final spots. And how are we looking, Chinmay? Are we close on anything?
So a lot of 6 spots to go, 7 spots to go. Of course, the 1 and 4 is only a 4-spot break. So 3 spots to go in both the double and the quad there.
Okay.
On the 1 and 4. But again, 4-spot break there. So a little quicker to close. 7 in the college double. College single is wide open, but again, that college series, completely new series, 30 boxes, 17 headliners, and again, as I mentioned, that and more section in the college, probably a little bit better in terms of recognizable names than the and mores across the UA series spectrum.
Honestly. So Eric Michael jumping in and asking, who got pulled in the minis, please, and did I win any? I know sometimes
He did win.
Yeah, I know sometimes he doesn't want spoilers, but you did win, in fact. Michael, you won Eric Michael, excuse me, you won the Steve Largent mini. So you're going home with a Seahawks hit. It's got a really cool color match ink Steve Largent signature on there. So congratulations. That was earlier on in the show. It was about 30 minutes into the show, I'd say.
Yeah, about 45 minutes in.
45 minutes in. So if you want to go back and watch that one, so congratulations, my man. It's an and more section hit, but it was a nice one. We've got more nice hits, so go ahead and get your spots. As Chinmay was saying, some of those breaks could close fairly soon because of the fact that they're just 1 and 4s.
Yeah.
So always a good time to get your break spots now before the noon guys jump in. There are a lot of people that are going to go, oh, I'm going to tune into the noon show, so maybe I'll get on at 11:50 or maybe I'll get on right at noon. Take those spots. Take those spots before they get them so that you set yourself up for success. I've said it here in the break room before. I will say it again. Luck is just opportunity meeting excuse me. I misquoted my own self there, but it's not my original quote, but luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. If you have the opportunity to prepare, go ahead and take it. And then when the real opportunity arises, you're going to win something and somebody's going to go, wow, that guy's lucky. Nope. You just did your homework. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and do your homework. Who else got pulled? He said Dante Culpepper was the other mini that went to Bob Messer. And then we also did a jersey break. That was this Troy Polamalu that went to Jim Denisi, brand new guy to the break room. So please welcome him in, along with Bob Messer. Bob is also a newbie to the break room. We love to see the rookies in here. And Eric, you're our mainstay winner of the day, my man. So you got to join those young guns and show them how it's done. So great show here, guys. We are at 11 o'clock. So Chinmay and I will be signing off. Just remember to follow us on all of our socials. That is Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, YouTube. We also have a TikTok, I believe. So anywhere where you get your social media. Although if you want to watch these actual live break shows, that would be on 3 separate platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you always can find us and you always get the notifications of when we're going live. That would be 9 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and on Fridays, the UA After Dark show, which is technically Saturday because it starts at midnight, but it rolls right into Saturday.
We bend the rules a little bit.
Yeah,
Dark.
Start your weekend just right. Chin Man, any final thoughts?
No, it's been a great show. It's a typical. It's a little bit atypical for me because I'm usually not in Friday mornings, but it was nice to run this with you once again, and we'll have to run it back at some point.
Absolutely. Good to see you, and good luck tomorrow. I'll be jumping out of here. You guys will see me. I'm actually off this Sunday. I'll be back on Monday with you guys here in the break room. Take care, everyone. We will